Leo Fitness. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite exercises called the Kettlebell Clean. It's not one that I give to everyone just because it's a high barrier of entry. It's a high skill movement, but once you get it, it's a great dynamic movement for creating power. So the first thing we need to understand when we're doing any sort of kettlebell movement is how we're actually going to hold the kettlebell. So when we're pressing or snatching or cleaning, our catch position is going to look the same as the press, so it's kind of semantics. But what I want to do is I want to cinch where my thumb and my finger join up against the bell, and the bell rests on my forearm like so. What I see a lot is people try and press from here, and that just puts the bell in a terrible position for my wrist, and frankly it just sucks when you're doing any sort of clean. So I want to end up in essentially this position, so pressing or catching overhead. When I'm doing a clean, it's basically a dynamic version of a swing or like a hip hinge or squat or whatever. It's a dynamic version that I'm going to catch in that position. So a very popular way to learn the kettlebell clean is from the swing. So we're going to start with that, starting from fairly lightweight. I'm grabbing close to where I want my hand. So if I'm using my right hand, generally I'm going to be closer to the left side of the bell. I'm going to do my regular kettlebell swings, except now as I'm coming up from my swing, I'm going to do something that I like to call zipping up my jacket. So instead of letting the bell come out, I let the bell's momentum continue, but I'm going to zip up my jacket until I end up in this position, which is that same that I just showed you as the pressing position. So from here, I'm coming out and I zip up my jacket. You notice it's pretty smooth. What doesn't happen is this. That I see a lot. That sucks. You can't do a whole lot of reps with a 10, 20, 50 pound kettlebell smashing you in the forearm. Should be nice and smooth, a nice smooth catch that it's not very loud. As it comes up, as I zip my jacket up, I insert my hand into the kettlebell. So same thing with the heavier bell is going to be the exact same motion. I'm swinging and then I just transfer into there. There's a tiny bit of pulling motion, but I'm just guiding the bell. I'm not pulling it up into position. The bell is floating anyway. I can literally let go, and you can see how the bell kind of floats in space. So there's two versions that I like. That's the swing clean, and I also like just the, I guess what we would consider more like a traditional clean, but instead of with the barbell, I'm doing it with the kettlebell. Same cues, zip up the jacket, insert into the bell, clean. Okay? We get more dynamic. Exact same thing overhead for the snatch. But I'm a clean guy, so I like to do the cleans. Okay? Give it a try. It's going to take some practice. It's going to be tough on the forearms a little bit until you get used to it. But once you do, it's a great conditioning, great power exercise.